I have I have practiced Python on my own prior before now. So some writing of functions I'm conversant with it. Like I know even if I just go back I can, and I've been going back with all those ones like tuples, class, dictionaries. I understand all those basics, and when I look at a code, I can understand them to a certain extent. Do you get? So, but I have not used Python for a particular something. Like this is my first time trying to use it to solve a particular problem. I used a crash book to learn it. It was mainly of all these simple games. It's like now that I'm even understanding how those things can be used into play. So I'm kind of getting it difficult, but especially like let's just say the computational aspect of that probability, how to assign probability using Python, like I'm getting it, like it's very difficult for me. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Victor, for that feedback. That is really what's it. Even though what I prepared for this session is majorly for Python, but regardless, depending on what we'll be prioritizing people that are on the call. So I think we'll still have to tailor it. So we'll still have to tailor it to all those people that are on. But regardless, okay, that is fine. Thanks for that feedback, Victor. We'll see what we can do about if we can still do something about probability before like in this session. But even though we won't be able to answer all questions, but we'll try to point you at this way you can find answers. That's great. Anybody else wants to come on? Thanks so much, Victor, for that. There's no wrong or right answer though. We are not here to analyze it. Nobody you are not in your uni, nobody's penalized. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Or was that a mistake?
Thank you so much. No, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can.
Sorry,
Sorry?
can you hear me? Can I be ahead?
I can.
All right, so thank you so much, TRI here, for this what's it called now? Wonderful opportunity. On a more serious note, on a more serious and realistic note, let me start with that. I think I joined
Yeah.
the cohort very late. I think I joined the cohort very late. I think I missed quite a lot on week one. I think I missed quite a lot on week two. I think it was only yesterday's class I was able to join for the first time. Like I mean, for the very first time, and then I got to hear some stuff like um Python, like some people will be
Oh, really, are you still there? Sorry, is it just me or we all can't hear you really?
Yeah, it's general. I can't hear him either.
Okay. I really, if you can hear us, we are not hearing you. But
um
oh, anybody else wants to go up until I really is able to find. Anybody else? Joy, do you want to say something? I see your mic is on mute. Or are you saying something? Okay. Is that all? All right, then. I guess we can just go into it. If nobody else had feedback. So, okay. Once again, thanks, Victor, for the feedback. I omitted, if you are hearing, thank you for feedback as well. For all those that did not give us feedback, thank you as well. Thanks for joining regardless. So, one thing on consequent office hours and this one as well. What we'll be doing is just trying to refresh basics. We won't be able to teach because of the limited time, but we'll try as much as possible to show you how to get answers to your questions. And if you are able to get answers to your questions, you can also always reach out. This this uh this office hours will not be like every Sunday, but it will be like need-based, to be a need-based office hours. So I will see that people are having issues on a particular problem, they will try to organize an office hour. So that is why. So please, if you are facing any issue, let us know. If you've tried to get if you've tried to get answers or find solutions to a particular problem, and it's still a bit challenging. So please do also reach out to us so we can properly plan. Uh, Pankaj, do you want to unmute yourself and speak? I don't know if I got that correctly.
Okay, sure. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks all. So actually this cohort is really nice, and I am from India, and I have 10 plus years of experience in a wireless domain, and means I have a bit of AI, ML, and Python related background as well, but I don't have much knowledge about the language models, and then since these means generative AI and language models are heavily being used in wireless applications, and then since this course is based upon the means Google DeepMind related courses, so actually I applied and I got selected. So thanks to the team for actually letting me in, and then till now the support is really good, and the instructors, and then the course material is actually good, and the lab sessions, knowledge checks, and the reflections, everything are good, and they are really helping to test our knowledge and actually do the work to reinforce the concepts. But my main points, my main pain points and concerns are, I have also written that with respect to Python coding, since I have not used it in a long time, so actually I am a bit rusty, and I am an intermediate Python user. So like I have not gone very deep into object oriented related things, and then actually on my own I took a bit longer time to solve the ngram related session, so I can't spend so much time with that. So I just want to have some help with respect to like brushing up the concept, and then I'm not sure like how my progress I can see, or it is actually means visible on the Google skills, because lab sessions it is not showing at all, and then some haphazardly it is showing. So I'm not sure whether whatever the things I am doing, so whether it is in sync with the means Google skills and so on. So how the course team will actually evaluate whether we are making weekly progress and progressing as expected. So how I can see my progress on that Google skills. And third is actually there is little participation and interaction from my team Drakensberg. So actually I have taken initiative to send the message on the channel and ping my team members, but almost everyone is not means almost many of the members are non responsive, and only means one or two members replied. So I am actually a bit concerned about the projects during the later phase, and how that means workload would be split, because if the team members don't turn up, then how actually it can happen, and so on. So these are my concerns and my observations.
All right, Pankaj, thank you very much for the feedback. Regarding the unresponsive teammates, we'll still look into that and see how we can filter out those that are not responsive, so that we'll look into that and also get back to the team. But we just want to give it time so that everybody let's give it time so that some people settle in properly as well. So then after a while, they will revise however the grouping is. So regarding the progress of regarding the progress of your progress on the Google skill. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. Is someone's hand still up? Okay, I just said what it is. Okay, give them. Okay, can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now actually I can see the screen.
Okay. So to know the so we can see all these tick boxes that have been so this is just showing that I have participated in all like I have gone through these materials. But
Okay,
regardless of even though so is this all these tick boxes shows that I have gone through the
okay,
materials. Do you get? So that's how you can know that you are contributing.
okay,
But regardless of ticking these boxes, I don't want us to be after okay, is it ticked or not? Because I don't even I try to just like game it, but it is we don't advise you gaming it. We advise you actually going through the material and try and understanding the concepts that is being communicated in the material rather than trying to, rather than try to gamify it. So as much as there's the leaderboard and stuff, we are more particular about your knowledge. If you are going through the program and after the program, you should be able and if you have an interview or you if you have an interview you'll be asked, okay, and you said you've gone through this material. You'll be asked, and God willing, the your HR has also gone through the material, or probably it's like a interview, and they're asking you specific questions about the material or stuff that they assume that if you go through the material, you should have knowledge about it. And you are going through the material, you were all about giving it. So that is not ideal for you. So even though it will make you get the certificate from us, it's still the certificate is not all about it. Certificate can get you into the room. Do you get? But your interview is what your knowledge. You yourself will be the one to keep you in the room. The certificate can get you into interview. The certificates will not pass the interview for you. Certificate can get you into the
okay,
room, but it won't pass your interviews for you. So as much as you can see that you've gone through the material, this one is showing that I haven't done the knowledge check yet. But for clarification, this is not the account I use to go through this course, so that it's not be like, oh, I have not answered them. I have a different account where I've been attempting the course. Where I've been doing because I also go through the course myself. So but it's on a different account. But this is also an account with the organization. So how that clarifies it. I have gone through all this aspect, but not on this account. So I hope from here you can see your progress, and you can also know if you have. You can also compare it to the Cohort website to know to know the course you are doing for the material you are going through for that week, and if you have actually gone through the materials you are required to go through for the week.
okay, okay. Thanks.
All right. So I guess that is it. Then, what was your first question again? Have I answered all your questions, Pankaj?
Okay. But if we actually check the dashboard, then it does not show everything that we have done, or for example, it on dashboard our lab related progress is not visible.
Oh, okay. This is when you get lab because let's go to the
Okay,
lab. Looking at it here. See, okay.
okay,
Sorry. Hold on. Okay. This was last week's lab. So looking at it here. it's showing that it's still there. That means that I have gone through the lab.
Okay.
Do you understand? But exactly. Then I come here. It means that just shows that okay, I went through this, I came in. But I still have to open up the material itself. That's it. Going that stuff will take regardless of me coming here. If as long as I open this page, it will take. But regardless, you are expected to go through the material itself and go through the tasks that were specified in the material. That is your
Okay.
responsibility
So
to yourself.
may I even just add that Yemife, they will a part of the requirement to uh, earn a certificate from this cohort also involves the challenge lab, and the challenge lab is monitored by Skills Post. All of this collab, it's very independent. Like you said, once you come here, it still shows that okay, yeah, you have gone through that particular page, but it does not necessarily track if you have actually reviewed the gone run the notebook itself. But one challenge lab that you'll be expected to do is if you go to the Google DeepMind AI Research Foundations, the very first one, Yamife. Yeah, please click on the main page here, where all the courses are outlined.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you scroll down, as a reminder, we are focused on course 1 to 4, but there would be this challenge lab as part of
Okay.
this cohort that you would have to do. And this challenge lab is integrated into the skill boost environment. And so each of the cell you're running, they have some other evaluation going on. And yeah, so in this one, it's going to be tracked. And only when you are done with that can you get this certificate, this particular badge for the skill for this particular course. You can see that it has its own badge. It says it's a skill badge. But the other courses, you don't see that badge there, right? It just shows that when you complete that one, it shows that you've completed it. You get some, I think you get something at the end. I forgot what that is, but it's not a skill badge. It's only this that will give you that.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. So I guess that answers all your question, Pankaj, right?
Yeah, and then I also need some help with actually a Python related aspect. So actually, I need to improve my understanding, and then I am taking a bit longer to finish the coding for the labs on my own. So maybe I can't spend that much time. So just some help and some suggestions to improve upon that, because
Okay. Yeah. This is okay. Um, for that, because this particular course is more it's more focused on the AI research, which assumes that participants already have a a little it's a bit of knowledge of Python. That is the assumption. But regardless, you can still pick it up. If you feel you have to, if you feel you have to pick up additional courses on Python for you to do this, please do. There's a limit to what we can do. We don't have the capacity right now to teach Python. But if you go, you can pick up a course on Python. We can recommend courses on Python, advanced courses on Python. And if you have issues, then you can reach out to us. But teaching Python is not something that is feasible. Or if you have issues with Python, we can schedule maybe an officer, or we can just have a call to sort things out. Do you
okay.
get that? So even it's not just Python; it is even across the whole course itself. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yes.
please, yeah, try to be ambitious with your knowledge. As long as whatever you are doing will help you get the most out of this course, we encourage you to do it. If you need to do additional Python course, if you need to take additional probability course, you need to take. And if you are having issues with these courses, if there are probably there are exercises and you're unable to finish, we can help with that. Do you get what? Sitting down and starting that, like starting a whole class on that is not currently feasible right now.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually making my own efforts and I'm improving. And then another concern is that actually there is little participation or interaction with the team members that I have been assigned. So actually, I'm making my own efforts to interact with them and then check their progress and so on. But as far as actually I have seen the response is not so much there. So I even don't know who are the team members and who is the team leader. Only one or two people have sent me a friends request, and only few means interactions on the internal Discord channel for my team. So actually, I am concerned about the project down the line. So if the team members don't join, then how actually that workload will be actually handled by the different team members, or I have to take that portion
Yeah.
of that workload and so on.
Um, we'll look into, as I said, we'll review all this because we've been hearing some people talk about the irresponsiveness of their team members. So we'll look into it and we'll get back to everyone on that. So is that
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
So don't worry about that. Okay. Oh, Safraz Ali. Okay, I am seeing your text in the chat. Well, okay, one thing, you definitely need a laptop to, a laptop. Will advise a minimum of Core i5, if possible Core i7, or even a Core i7, if regardless of if it is Mac or Windows, we recommend a minimum of Core i5, and yeah, if you can, ideally Core i5 16 gig RAM to be able to like go through it. But regardless, you can also go through it since most of this course will be done on Colab. So as long as you can access the lab on your Chrome, I guess you can try. But yeah, but at the moment we don't have the capacity to, offer any help regarding laptops. As you all know, we are an NGO. We are not getting paid for doing this. We are doing this because we want to do this, and we feel like we need to help everyone to do this. Do you get? So yeah, however you can go about that. But if there's any way you feel like we can help, so please reach out. But regarding laptop, we cannot offer any help like that. Martins, please. Yeah. Martins, your hand is up. Is that a mistake?
Yes, good good evening everyone. Sorry, I wanted to confirm because this joining of group stuff is really causing a lot of problems because I've been trying to join my group from since on Sunday, last week Sunday, and I've been sending messages on the group chats about this problem. That some of us still have issues of joining group. It shows that it grants us the role on Discord, but we can't find it on our panel, like the Discord panel there. We can't really find it here. Our group.
Oh wow.
So you
Yeah.
know what, Shadrach, who you have all been interacting with for sure, is currently as we speak is working towards writing an email to everyone and putting you all like the group members in the same email CC'd and also link to your direct link to the Discord and so on, like all the information you might need. So we hope that would help to at least if you have the email address of the other persons who are in your group, even if they are not you're not able to find them on Discord, at least you can write each other. And if they are still not active, then this is something that we would have to you consider in the next 2 to 3 weeks before the project starts. So it's not don't worry about if your team members are not responding too well right now or something like that. The next few weeks we would look at all of the groups again to see how it's doing, and where needed we might end up merging some groups and so on. So before the project starts, this is gonna happen, and the project is going to start in week 8, so you still have quite some time. The reason why you're in groups early on is to help you stay accountable to one another, and hopefully, like, if you have like we've organized it in such a way that there's always an expert in your group based on self-proclaimed expertise, of course. So we're hoping that those people, like, you would help one another. You would organize small watch parties to watch the thing, to watch the videos together, or like to even do this office hour. And every now and then you can all run things independently to continue to support one another. So, and also, of course, like, there is a leaderboard which will help would serve as a positive motivation, where the teams that are doing quite well you get to be like celebrated at the end of each week. But in any case, we are working towards resolving that, and hopefully next week you would already know who is in your group via email.
Okay. Is that okay? I think that also answers Pankaj's question and also Martin, right?
Yeah, yes, thanks.
All right.
Yes,
Thanks for
thank
that.
you.
All right. Okay. Let me see. I'm checking the we okay, so now let I don't want to. Okay, first of all, is there anyone on the call at this moment that doesn't have maybe previous knowledge of Python, like, at all, or very, like, your knowledge of Python is very, very basic? This is for us to know how the next couple of minutes will proceed. Please feel free to unmute yourself. These are open sessions. We are not like, okay.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. If you really, I just can we if you don't have if you have if you don't have previous knowledge of Python, so just raise your hands right now. Just raise your hand so I can just know so I can know how this. Just raise your hand. I'll just also know that's okay. HP. Can you not drag?
What's the question?
Okay. How many of us don't have previous knowledge of Python? We don't have previous knowledge of Python. Ah, okay. Okay. Um. Oh, a number of us don't have knowledge of Python. So of us. Okay, you can drop your hands. if you have knowledge, okay, I guess others have a bit of knowledge of Python. Okay, how many of us went through those of us that just have previous knowledge of Python? How many of us went through the prerequisites, the Python prerequisites course that we sent?
I went through it, but I just skimmed through.
Okay, the thing is, other than
Have
skim through,
Did you send a link for that?
okay, we sent it, but let me go to let me go to give me 1 minute.
Can you share the link again?
Saturday. Sorry,
Can you share the link again?
I'm going there. Sorry, I stuck the
It should be 70
okay.
or 50. So let me check
So
on. Where even they say?
sorry, can you mute yourself? Oh, sorry. Okay. Now, there's this particular video, couple of there's this particular video by Steven. I'm bringing you to our YouTube so you can see there are lots of resources. Yeah. Okay. This particular video, Python refresher by Stephen Kolawole. This was this particular video is the material I am talking about.
Please share the link.
Give you this also. Ads. Oh, oh, finally we are done. We are done with the ads. Okay. Can you see the Python refresher course I'm talking about? Am I still audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So this you can see these are what the Python course covers. This is a very high level run through of Python. And if you still want to go through it, and if you feel this doesn't if this is a very high level of Python, you going through it gives you a broad knowledge of what Python is, why do we use Python, and then stuff like that. You can go through this first. Then after that, if you still feel like, oh, okay, you still want to dive deeper on Python, there are multiple resources on Python. Personally, when I was learning Python, I used the material I used was Python for Everyone. So this is the material I used. You see, you find the textbook there. I also find the accompanying video. It is 13 hours. This was cover everything from basic Python up to object-oriented programming. Exactly. So I just want you to know that try to try then if you are while going through the material, if you feel there's something you don't understand and you need us to clarify, reach out to us. That is why we are here. But we can. This is a testing that happens, and I assure you, because I personally this is me talking from what I use. If you go through this course, you will definitely. If you go through this video, you definitely understand Python like confident. Really. If you are, the material is very easy for you, you can use it alongside the textbook. Exactly. But first of all, first to understand the whole jargon, the whole everything what on what Python is all about. First, you can start from this Python refresher course. Start from this Python refresher course. Start it. If you watch through the video, it's just a 1 hour 30 minutes video. But if you now want to crack those, then you need to go deeper and further into Python. Is that clear? If you need the link, I can share it.
You know,
Let me copy.
you know what's interesting, Yemife, like maybe 8 years ago or 9 years ago, when I started learning Python, I actually used MITx Introduction to Computer Science and Programming. That was when
Okay.
Python was still in the Python 2.7, before it's Python 3.
uh,
But it was a really good course. I remember that I would go to like some computer lab, like one of those labs back in Ibadan, because I grew up in Ibadan, Nigeria. So I would go there, and a friend of mine who was a software engineer was my accountability partner. So he was the one telling me the kind of material to go through, and he said I should go through that course, and then I'll go there every day, going through it one by one. And so it's like one of those early days, and uh, um, being consistent and going through the course actually gave me a lot of confidence to, like how I approach the rest of my new career. Because as of that time, I just finished my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I wanted to go into computing, and I didn't really have much Python knowledge or anything like that. So it was really, really the beginning of many more things. So yeah,
yeah.
nice
You see,
reminiscing.
you can get Teju is not for to be able to like explain concepts as to bring concepts to the very basic level. She's been doing this for the past 8 years. What I'm just trying to say is that we won't all get to Teju's level in a day. This takes practice. It takes a while, but start from somewhere. Start from somewhere. So I'm just showing you what works for me. Tell you what I use. Tell you also telling you what she also use. So this is I'm not particularly saying you must use material. I use all the materials to that's it. Even this course is already archived. Regardless, start from somewhere. That's it. Start from somewhere. And if you have further questions, bring it to us. We are very happy to help you out. I hope that's this. So this is what I can do for the Python. For the probability as well, I guess who was asking the question about probabilities? Can you just submit yourself and say hi?
It's Victor. I'm the one.
Okay. Hey Victor. This is computer. Sorry. Let's go back to the YouTube channel. Okay. So this is for the Python. Then if you have issue with for the probability aspect as well, in this same in okay, let's go to playlist. Let's stop here. For it's easy to find out. You can come to yes as a Lagos machine. This particular one from a view full playlist. Then you can start on this is Python refresher. And then after Python refresher, it's also good you also go through this Python numerical complexity. This is NumPy. Numerical complexity is just numerical Python is just a so that numerical Python is what we call NumPy. NumPy is a particular library that we will use like it will be like normal thing, it will be everyday thing in AI research, AI foundation job. So it is very good that you have a background for it. So when you know after taking Python, then this is also a very good this is also a very good course also it's also good to understand NumPy. So also to understand, maybe to understand, you can go through these courses as well. This data science, command line, GitHub, this is data scraping, and then this is SQL, this data visualization. Ahead now, for you to understand this course very well, you need for you to understand the most of the code we are writing are mathematics. So you need to understand the mathematics so that you understand the code. If you understand the mathematics, you understand the code because the codes are mathematical. That's basically it. So if you don't understand the mathematics aspects, you won't understand the code aspects. So it's good if you can watch this radio or Algebra. Okay, this free text natural language processing. You can also go through there. Then there's now this is where basic of probability and this. Sorry. So now you now need to understand this basic of probability and this maximum likelihood estimation. These are also very important because language models, they are probabilistic in nature. All we are doing in language modeling, we are just doing probability. What is the probability of? Okay, let's say I want to say the cat is on the mat. What we are doing is we are calculating the probability of the next word. Okay, let's say I'm saying the cat. Okay, the cat is on the mat. That is the word, right? I'm not okay. What is the probability of cat coming after D? What is the probability of is coming after D and the previous given the previous one is that okay so that will be the probability of D and the probability of the cat. I'll gauge those ones together to give to know which word is going to come next, which is supposed to be is this is very very theoretical. This is a very very theoretical. But I just want you to know that what we are doing, as much as it looks abstract, try to go through this basis of probability and this maximum likelihood estimation. After going through them, if there are still aspects that you feel you still don't understand, go see. Okay. I'm not sure I have ChatGPT on this account, but regardless, let's do something together. Okay, let's do something together. Explain probability to explain probability to me. Like I explain the concept like I am 5 years old. This prompts works like magic. Now look at it. But what I still want you to know, ChatGPT, either ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whichever one you want, it will give you, it will explain it it will explain it very, very basic to you. It will give you a very, very, like a very, very surface level understanding of what exactly is going on. So try to you can if something is not clear, use AI. We are in the age of AI. It is not a crime to or to ask questions, but as much as possible, even AI can also assist this. But whatever you find is that you can also meet us, from us, ask from colleagues. Try to verify your answers as well, as much as AI is also giving, because AI can hallucinate. It can give you something that it can give you an answer that doesn't exist. But what I do, well, that is if you're, I think if you're going more technical, well, I think for surface level, for beginner level aspects, I think it works fine. But if you are going advanced, if you're asking very technical questions, it is also good that you also double check and fact check answers before concluding that okay, this is now the picture. While you are trying to frame a picture, it can first of all help you lay the foundation, and then based on everything you are understand, try to ask people as well. So be sure that whatever picture you are painting in your head is the right way to paint it. I don't know if I'm making sense at all.
Yeah, I'm following. I
Am I?
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not just talking to Victor. I'm talking about everyone as well. So please, um, AI is here to stay. AI is here to stay. So there's no there's no there's no big deal in using AI. So use it, and then you can also, and then there are also resources like Khan Academy. There's Khan Academy. There's also which other one? So there are a couple, this other one that I have struggled to remember at this that I also use. Regardless, there's Khan Academy, there are other resources. We are not just saying you should use the
How
resources we
about
are giving to you as well.
data camp? This is a very good one.
There's data campus, so there's data campus, so I'm sorry
Data camp is
if
not
I've
free.
not given anybody any direct. Oh, it's no longer free. I thought it was free. It was free.
Oh, sorry. I did not know that. I also didn't know that.
Oh.
It's no longer free.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. Thanks for that though. But there's also another one. Something is also similar to this to Khan Academy, but I can't remember the name. But regardless, what you're just trying to say is that we
Actually,
cannot give you all.
if you're trying to learn math, my favorite YouTube channel ever is Three Blue, One Brown.
Yeah, three blue, one brown, of course.
I love
We've
that
all been
channel.
there.
It's like it's just like so much fun. So
Yeah,
if
three
you want to
levels,
learn
three
linear
blue.
algebra, my first
In a very graphic way.
yeah, in a
In
very
a
graphic
very
way,
graphic.
Three Blue, One Brown is a
So
very
explain it
good
using
one.
3D. So yeah, now you can. So this is neural. If you also understand neural network, see, calculus, and you can just come here and there. Look around. Whichever you need at the point where you are at that moment. So please, you can feel free to explore as well. What you are trying to say is that we cannot give you everything that will take you that will make you work as we will give you the foundation, but we cannot give you everything. You still have to go out of your way. You finishing this course, as long as it shows that you are committed, it shows that you can commit, it shows that you can commit to things in a long time, it shows dedication, it shows your tenacity, it shows commitment, it shows discipline, but it still doesn't show that you are world class yet. World class doesn't just stay at on one course. One course cannot give you everything. Google DeepMind AI Research Foundation course cannot give you everything. As they said, it is a foundation. It can open you to asking further questions like why? Why? Question everything. They say that this is this, that is that. You can also know why is this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this way? Why are we not doing this the other way? You feel like okay, why is it? Why are we using an equation of straight line? Why are we not using another? Why are we not using another formula? Why was every system with y equals to mx plus c? Why are we using chain rule? So if you just ask, if you try to, it will asking questions will make you understand this stuff better. And it's not, don't just take it as, oh, they said this, they said that. No, don't just say that we said this, we said that. We can be wrong as well. We are not, nobody's perfect. We can be wrong. And we'll try our best to make sure that whatever we are giving you, don't get, I'm not saying that we'll teach you the route. We'll make our research, our plan. Exactly. Not like we won't make mistakes intentionally. We won't come here unprepared. That's what I'm trying to say. But whatever we are saying, we are not perfect. That's what I'm trying to say. We are not perfect. We are not God. So there's still even there'll still be even there's can be a nice there's can be 0.0001% of us being wrong, and that 0.001% is valid. So there can be so we can find, okay, if you are saying this is this, why is it that? What are the other options that have been explored? And from that, this is the fundamentals of research, and this is how research questions comes in. You asking why can't we do it this way? Why are we doing this that way? And then you go down a rabbit hole. This you may find it. Maybe at some point you become confused of, okay, this come up with us. Even as much as, and I'm not saying that when you come up to us, we will all have the answers. We are not an island of knowledge. So we can reason it together. Probably, maybe we have a better understanding of the subject matter. And if we don't have the subject or the required knowledge on that subject matter, we can always connect. And even if we don't have it, that can be your research. That can also base a research for you. And that can be a work that can be a work that maybe, who knows, Google DeepMind might be interested in that research work. NVIDIA might be interested in it. Even if they are not interested in it, it can be a route to even your own AI startup. Who knows, it can be what makes the change between your model that you are building and the model that's flawed. It can be what makes your model perform better, even more efficiently, or maybe achieve AGI. So what I am saying is that
That's if we want to
ask
get to
questions.
AGI, right?
If we want to get to it, yeah, if we have got it for it. But I'm just trying to say that questions is the foundation. Asking why.
I completely agree with you. What I hope that we will teach you is curiosity. You being able to just be curious and asking question and not be satisfied with all the answers that people tell you. And I think that's how you can, um, achieve the next breakthrough in wherever you want to disrupt.
So I hope
Jonathan, did you want to remember
like,
like the other there's also Geeks for Geek. I think I put one tutorial on
okay,
engrams which people might find interesting. It's also a very
it's
nice
so good.
website, which
Yeah,
is tailored towards beginner and very easy to
yeah,
understand. See, they
yeah.
also have
There's
a
also
Python tutorial there.
a Python tutorial, and they are very fundamental. Audio. This is just us showing you that answers are always online. But if you need directions, we can always try to point you in the direction. But we can't always have all the answers, and we might not have the time for every single person. I
Yeah.
hope that makes sense.
Yes, sir. That made sense to
Sorry,
me.
sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I don't hear what
proceed.
I don't I don't hear what she said. She said gigs for gigs. I don't know the fundamental video we can
Yeah, yeah. This
go
is it.
to.
I'm on the website right now.
Okay, please, sir. I did not get it.
Can you
Is it
see?
gigs for gigs? Where
I'll
okay,
post it in the chat right now.
okay, okay. I'm seeing
I
it.
have already posted the tutorials in the chat.
Okay, thank you,
The
ma'am.
website is
Okay.
Geeks for Geeks. Yeah. The
Okay, I was
tutorial
trying to get the
I forgot.
spelling.
Okay.
I wanted to send it to you all anyway because it was in my slides for one
Sorry?
of the Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we can
yeah.
hear you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was saying that I wanted to share this tutorial with you all before I didn't get to it in time. I think it's a nice one to help you better understand Ngram in NLP. So you can also put it on Cohort's 10 channel for other people that are not in this. If you remember my slides, this was where I got the image from in one of the slides. So you can come here, there's code, it goes a bit further into something that we did not dive into because the purpose of the cohort was not n-grams. It was just to give you enough information to compare it to the latest models. But if you really want to understand the n-gram, you can come here, read a bit more about it and other techniques.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Of course.
So,
Yemife, since we are up the hour and I know you prepared a short notebook for everyone, do we want to go through that and use that as a way
okay,
to...
okay. So I guess we can just we can head.
Oh yes,
Let me
free
just.
code camp is also a good one. Is it doesn't that it has Python too, right?
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
remember
yeah. Free
when I
code
was
camp.
like a software engineer, it's a really good one. Free code camp. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
now
yeah,
paid
yeah.
or something, but
Yeah, it's still free. They have a YouTube channel. Even I was showing earlier. The video is on the video is on Free Code Camp.
okay, that's what you wanted to remember. Was
No,
that the
no, not
website
not
you're
that one.
trying to remember?
There's another one. I still can't remember it, but if I do,
Okay.
I will. But this is free. This is Free Code Camp. There is a lot. There are mountains of courses, so you can see out of this, and then they also have a YouTube channel as well. You will see lots of materials there. But I just want to let you know that also, as long as you are looking for resources, don't be stuck in tutorial hell. As long as you've gotten a hang of it, or you've done one course, I know you shouldn't like say, okay, what's the next course again? What's the next course again? I think what will make you better is by actually like diving into it, go into the stuff, practice, and then when you encounter something that you don't understand, they can fall back and try to understand what exactly the problem is. Or if there's a problem you're trying to solve and you feel you don't have the necessary knowledge to solve that problem, then you can look for resources to help you and guide you. What I just want to say, okay, I'm still taking Python, I'm still taking Python, I'm still taking Python. Once you have enough knowledge, dive in. Don't be scared of, taking this up. If you don't worry, when you try it and you don't get it, you keep trying. That's it. We are in AI research. Nobody has it all figured out. We keep trying it till we get the optimal. Uh, we keep reiterating. We keep reiterating. We keep
Yeah,
over
that's
multiple
actually very,
epochs.
yeah, it's very well said, Yomi Fair, because you don't want to get into this tutorial hellhole where you just keep learning and learning. So I think the most important thing is if like people have different ways to learn, of course. But now that you're in this cohort, it's important that okay, when there is a prerequisite that you're missing, you go, you try to learn enough to be able to follow through. And what's nice about being in the cohort is that at this point in time, everyone around you is learning similar things. So it means if you have a problem or something, there's someone always there to be able to support you. So like, it's like you can really improve your learning. Like you can cut your learning time by half, if I want to put it that way. So because if you're learning new concept by yourself, it can be a bit more challenging in my experience. So, and like Yomi first said, it's always really nicer sometimes to think about what is the thing that I want to do. Like I want to build a website. I don't have any understanding of even how to start. Then, okay, I learned that HTML is a good foundation to have. So I went through the introduction to HTML. By the end of that course, am I able to build my first web page? Don't forget about the goals for why you want to learn something. Because if you lose track of why, then you just get into like this, like you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and then it's like, I've been learning, I feel like I still don't know it. The truth is that learning is a lifelong journey. you would always learn new things every day and improve your knowledge and things like that. So just embrace it as a lifestyle, and every other thing will become easier in I hope in my experience. It's like that.
Sure. Okay, Joy, please.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? Hi everyone.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, so
Hi.
my sounds to make a complaint about the class that held on Wednesday by Tobias Lawrence. So after the class, I decided to like open the notebook, the one on collab. I opened this. I tried the coding activity one. It went well, and the second one didn't go actually. And after several trial, I went to the solution, and even the solution it was not like running. So I don't know whether it was just me or it was general.
Whoa. Okay, we'll look. Okay, we'll look into that. We'll look into
Sorry,
that and see.
sorry, concerning that, it was coding activity 2 and 4 that didn't do, but 1 and 3 went. That's from the solution.
Uh, okay, you know what? Drop the. Can you drop? Sage, what's the best course of action for this?
So I think maybe go through the Python notebook. Then if you have time and Joy is still on the call afterwards, you can go through the like solution together, because the solution is already there. It should run. I have not tried to put the solution in there. Maybe there is a bug there, but we are pretty sure that the one that Tobias wrote in class worked, right? So if I were you, while we're still trying to know if it was a bug or not, I'll just go to Tobias' class again, the lab, and try to pause it when he was, writing it, and write exactly what he's writing. And hopefully that should run, because we saw it run. Would you try that,
Okay.
Joy?
Yes, I actually did that. I followed it. It didn't work. It was after that. Then I went to the solution to like get it.
Tobias, you followed, like you wrote the code exactly the way you wrote it, and it didn't work.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
recording. I used the recording.
Okay, then I'm almost sure right now that maybe there was a small bug somewhere introduced, because the code ran in class, as you saw in the recording. So why don't you save your current notebook and share it in Discord? Then and point to where you were getting the error and what error, so that we can look into it and quickly help you. Would that work?
Like I don't understand. I should like send the screenshots.
Okay, so I said save your notebook, like
Okay.
the notebook you're working on, the code
Okay.
that you wrote, run it and save it, and share your notebook on Discord. And now put a screenshot of the error that you have from there, so that if I take your notebook and I run the same cell, I should get the same error.
Okay, ma.
Then we can now look into it to see, to compare, to understand what could have caused that error.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma.
All right. Thanks for that. Okay. Elsie. Okay. All right. Please proceed. So that's
All
fast.
right. So I want to ask that um after this our cohort and learning and everything, are we now certified machine learning engineers, or will still like um go further? But I want to say that that 3 months is not too short. Yes, so that's my question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you if you look at it, um, we're only offering the Google DeepMind AI Research Foundation course. There are 8 courses there. For this, in this course, we're only taking the first 4 courses. The course 11 after this course, probably early next year. Oh, but regardless, however decided that we'll communicate it. The last 4 courses will be done by then. Do you get? So even as that, it is called foundation, not license. What it tells is that you now understand the AI research foundation as you now understand what AI research is, and you can now start taking AI research. Even after that, as I was saying, after that, what's this response is that you now asking questions, because this is research that we are doing. Whatever we are doing, why are we doing? What has been done? What have they tried? Why are we doing this? Is it that we can try out that that's not what? So by that, if you're able to ask these questions, and then you arrive at some solution that's okay. This is a very good prototype. You submit your solutions you publish your solutions. From there, you publishing your solution means that you can now do AI research. This is training you towards being able to do AI research. Once you're able to but not necessarily, once you're able to publish your work as a conference, or you're able to do a solid project on AI research, and even by the end of this course and by the end of the next course, you do project, you do have some projects. So those ones already validated, but then this is a group project. Aside the group project now, you now undergoing it, you taking the lead on a project, you starting the problem statement. This now said, okay, you can actually undergo research. Does that make sense
Okay.
at all? But what I'm just saying is that this what we are teaching you here is a very good is the foundation. It is not everything. It is not a license, but it is a very solid foundation. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I understand now. Thank you.
Obi,
So if you wanted to go a little bit further, are there resources for that? I'm following up on the previous question. If you wanted
if you
to,
want to go further,
yeah, like if you let's say if you wanted to take like this is an AI research track. So
yeah,
if someone wanted to not just do the first 4, but continue with the first 8, are those courses open for people to, I don't know,
sure,
either,
sure, sure,
yeah,
sure. For everybody that completes this cohort is eligible for the next course, which will cover course 5 to course 8 of the Google DeepMind course.
And
Do you get
also
that?
to just note, all of the courses are freely available. So the ones that have been released, you can already start to delve into it. There is supervised fine tuning and the likes. I don't want to say much more, not to overwhelm people that are still quite new. But the courses are mostly released. Not all of them are released yet. They should all be released by hopefully before the end of the year, before we have cohort 11. So, and as Yomi first said, the plan is that everyone will have successfully finished cohort 10, would be eligible to continue. So we're continuing right after. And it's a sequence of event because we would have cohort 10, we'll do cohort 11, we'll go through more advanced techniques, and then we are hoping to finish up with a hackathon in the first quarter of next year. So yeah, we hope many of you will make it up to that point, and we will see you in person at some point.
yeah. Thank you
And
very much for that. I wanted to ask if Here's the point. Here's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, I understand there are so many people in this cohort, and I understand many people are in here. There are different stages, and they are in here for different reasons. I particularly have taken like a few AI courses in general. I am looking to get into an AI research slash AI engineer track. And there are some things that I have done. So what I am trying to find out is exactly where this particular cohort leads, which is not I've not been very sure of. Like what does this lead me to? For instance, I like what would you advise someone like me, like, and who would you expect to be in this cohort? What level of knowledge is the person supposed to be in for this cohort to be beneficial for them? And what track is someone going to for this cohort to be beneficial to them? If, for instance, one of the things that attracted me to this cohort is the affiliation to Google DeepMind, its affiliation to Google DeepMind. I thought like it was actually Google that was offering the program, or that Google sort of presents a track, maybe for an actual project or an internship or a job or something like that for graduates of this cohort, which is something that I'm looking for. Not that I am. I really appreciate what the team is doing here, but I want to understand properly whether I personally or any I'm on the right track, and who should be on this track in general. Once again, thank you again for everything you do.
Sergio, do you want to go?
Yes, yeah, Yomfeya, of course. So the course itself is pitched at an intermediate level. If you go to the course website, this is what is there. And there was a set of prerequisites that was communicated when people applied. But of course, like a lot of people get excited about opportunities, and it's we try to support as many students as we can. And so that's why a lot of the beginner question is coming up. Ideally, whenever we run classes in different tailored to different audience. We run classes for beginners, which is like introduction to Python, NumPy, and also data science, and it's just slowly progress into introduction to machine learning. And that would be the cohort on that introductory level pitched at beginners. But this kind of cohort is pitched at intermediate students, which means that they have background, they've gone through some basic machine learning or introduction to Python at least, and now they want to learn some advanced techniques like NLP or deep learning and so on. But what's quite different from the Google DeepMind course is that it also tries to ease you into it. So I know a lot about this course because I was co-developer of the course, and so and it is a course developed by GDM folks, and when I say I was co-developer, it's because I was at GDM as an intern at that time when we were developing this course. So and that being said, it's pitched at intermediate, but a fourth year student actually of computer science. And I think your question was around you mentioned that you were thinking that it's going to be like a course delivered by GDM folks, but did I catch that correctly?
Obi, are you there?
Sorry?
Unmute yourself, Obi. Yeah, I think he mentioned that as well. I think probably it's now
Okay, so I just wanted to say that, like, I well, there's not much I can say to that. This is like a course that is run in partnership with GDM, and this was what was advertised in that regard. And it's not like nothing about of the course advertised like an internship at GDM or anything like that. It's like it's a course as any other course. You go to Coursera and you find a course, and then it's self-paced course. So you could be doing this by yourself without anybody. Yeah, so that's why I said all of the materials are online. We bring this cohort here to help people learn in groups, because we find
I'm
that that
sorry.
works very well.
I'm so sorry. I was listening to everything you were saying, and then my hands were wet, so I couldn't click the unmute button on my phone, and that's why I couldn't respond to what you were saying. Yes, I wasn't too particular about who the instructors are, if that's what you're asking. I was trying to get clarity on the affiliation with Google DeepMind. And I also wanted to understand what you've also answered the first part of my question as to like what expertise should someone have to take this course? Who are you? What is the skill level of the person you're expecting to take this course? You sort of touched on that. Another thing I was asking about was not who the particular instructors but like, what is the track that this is going to? Does this funnel into any Google opportunities, or does this funnel into any opportunities in general for the people who take this course? And what is somebody expected to be able to do after the end of this course, or does it just look, instead of making this like a, I don't know what it is, like a 3 months or 4 month program that takes only 4 courses, like why not make it like a 1 year program, such that when the person graduates, they actually have a skill, a couple projects, a couple research or published work, and probably funnels into a job opportunity or something like that. So I was just trying to get clarity on that particular area. Yeah.
Those are really, really great point that you've made. So, as per the affiliation, so this is how it works. It's working in this setting is that GDM reach out to a few organizations. Like when I said GDM, I mean the GDM AI Research Foundation's course. They reach out to a few organizations to like share, like help deliver these courses in different settings. And the affiliation comes from the fact that we're one of those organizations that is working with Google DeepMind to deliver this AI research foundations across, Africa within our organization, because this is what we do. Does that answer one part of your question as to the affiliation?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Continue.
So that's being said, in terms of like how should you, where does this lead to? As Yomi first rightfully said, like this is supposed to give you all the foundational, give you the foundational knowledge around how the modern language model works. From like, like you don't have any knowledge, you have some Python knowledge rather, and a little bit of non-Py, then you start to learn about this like NLP technique, and slowly it eases you into the different what is the word I'm looking for here? Component. So it slowly eases you into the different component of like how you would build this kind of model. So in the course two, we would go into like the tokenization, like how do you turn the text into numbers. In course three, you would train the language model and so on. We've already discussed this at some point, but I just wanted to say that like by the end of it, of course, you would have in like improved your knowledge. You should now be able to like train a language model. You should be able to like think about how can you apply these skills to other kind of problems, like sequence to sequence and so on. But depending on where you're at when you were taking this course, it could be like the what you get from it might look different. And in terms of like, does it lead to an opportunity in GDM? Well, I mean, I'm just going to borrow some answers from Yomifre at some point where someone asked similar questions. Like, it's like it's up to you what you do with the knowledge that you have received, and at the same time, like this knowledge, like when you apply, then it's now something that would always translate to it. Like now you know how to do AI research through this course, and some of the interview questions always touches on foundational knowledge. So because now you have the foundational knowledge and you've also built some projects, you have something to discuss when you go for such interview. But if your question is, do we facilitate those kind of opportunities? Unfortunately, there's no connection to that in this moment. So there's no promise of saying like the students that finish from this cohort automatically get a way into these top companies. Would be nice, and maybe in the future there will be some collaboration in that regard. We definitely have had similar collaboration in the past with a company where we worked together to run hackathon, and the price was that the winning team they're going to get an offer, like internship offer. That was back in, was it 2018 or 19? I can't remember now. So it's what the company was Instadip. So it's possible that we could have this kind of partnership in the future, and I hope we do. But for this particular partnership, there's nothing of such. So we are not promising a job at GDM or anything like that. We are promising to help you get the skills that would help you stand out in this particular AI landscape and so on. And I think you also talked about why not why not have the cohort run in such a way that by the time you learn everything and you know you're guaranteed that maybe at the end you are able to get into like some opportunity, like basically extend the learning. Did I understand you correctly? Like why make it 3 months? Could you maybe
Yeah.
repeat so I make
Yeah,
sure like
yeah,
I'm answering the
yeah.
question you asked actually?
Yeah, you're right on it. I was asking, instead of making like a 3 months half a foundations course, because apparently the foundation is 8 courses and you're offering 4 in this cohort. Instead of making it 3 months half a foundation course, why not make it, longer? Make it a full foundations and maybe some, if somebody, you talked about offering some courses up until the first quarter of next year. I'm asking, why not extend it to, the first quarter of next year, or maybe a full year even, so that, by the time
But
some finishes, they have
that's actually
very some knowledge.
Uh,
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
not sure. That's actually what's going to end up happening, right? So, the cohort 10 is structured as a 4 month, 16 weeks cohort, but then cohort 11 continues the curriculum, which is another 4 months or so. So by the time this is done, you're looking at 8 months already. You're in January, and that completes the series of courses from the GDM course.
Nice.
So like each of our cohorts, we focus on a course and we try to finish that course and then we move on to, another course or something like that. And in between, we always try to test the knowledge of our students. And the way we test, we do projects in each of the cohorts. And also, like after the cohorts, we try to do like hackathon and invite companies to come look at like like talent and things like that. So this is how we usually operate. We've run a few hackathons in the past, and we will still run again. And so this, I think I tried to say this at some point that like for this cohort within our organization, the path is that you do like you come into the cohort, you finish the first one, which is the cohort 10, then you progress into the second cohort 11 to finish the entire course. And then when you're done with the entire course, we hope that you would also be able to participate in the hackathon, which we now hope will open more opportunities because, within hackathon, there are prizes and there are other kind of negotiations you make with companies. And because they know that you are actually quite knowledgeable, they might be open to providing different kind of prizes to winning team or things like that. So that's how maybe some of this opportunity can also open up to students and continue to help you not only learn, apply what you've learned, and also start to like thinking like competitively, like how do you like win an hackathon or something like that. It's a friendly competition. It's lovely way of like challenging yourself, if I want to put it that way. Do all of this answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Amy, you answered.
Yes, thank you, William. But now to tell you the final product. So our organization is Teaching Research and Innovation. It's called Try AI. That's the full name. So we're not only teaching students, the research it's not there for decoration. So usually what we do, as I told you, we have beginner class, we have intermediate class. So we think what is an end-to-end pipeline for our students. So now you're no longer beginner, like you're now in intermediate, and so you're done with intermediate courses and you want to start to apply. So we all actually often have research cohort as well. And in our research cohorts, we are no longer trying to just teach you basics of NLP or basics of X or Y. We actually now get into thinking about how do you do research and come up with research problems and questions, and looking in investigating the different questions that students, or like now it's like colleagues might have, because we're like we are brainstorming and targeting conferences to think about how do we share the findings within the community. So this is like also another path that we have done some work there, and we're still it's part of our plan to continue to use that as a way to continue to challenge ourselves and everyone involved in the community to think about research and to be able to apply it. But of course, like thinking about research is not by itself just an exercise. It's more about what is the problem that you have identified around you in your community, or or even like foundational problem questions around like the architecture that everyone is using in machine learning, or that you want to investigate. This question is what is the core of research. And now if you come up with a very good answer, or good enough answer to the question you're asking, it could lead to innovation, right? Oftentimes this is what it leads to. So, and we're hoping that this kind of innovation could now be something that can be incubated. So within the NGO, we are going to be like, we've not launched it like in terms of launching the incubation hub, but this is like how we see it progressing, where you work in research and then it becomes some innovation, and you want to spin it out to become a product or like a startup, and you have somewhere within the organization to be able to incubate and work, refine that idea and so on, and then you can spin out to become a startup. So that's kind of like the pipeline within the NGO. I hope that is helpful to you.
Yeah, so like that sounded good, the research cohort thing. How does someone be a part of it? Is that
Yeah,
after?
the research cohort is going to run after the teaching cohort. So next year we will definitely run research. So we try to alternate. We run teaching cohort, then we pause that and we run the research cohort. So we are planning to run one next year. So stay tuned.
Okay,
Is
thank
that
you.
okay? Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Of course.
All
Thanks
right.
for the question. All right.
Thank you very much, William. Yeah, really great question. So, Taiwo, any question? What's your question? Taiwo, you can proceed.
Oh, hi. Good day. So I think the extensive conversation with Williams and I'm not sure who the other person on the other end is, but has answered
Sorry?
pretty much. I said Williams' questions pretty much have answered most of what I had to ask.
Okay.
One more thing is I've actually not been around for 1 to 2 weeks because I had exams and I haven't attended two of those the labs and also the Saturday classes, but I started picking up what else is, or rather, what was covered during that period. I do have the concepts are not strange to me, so picking it up wouldn't be a problem. But then my question is, missing those 2 weeks, and I know there's supposed to be an attendance somewhere in there, and so my question is, moving forward, is that going to affect me in terms of completing the course as well as probably even getting the certificate?
Okay. Yeah. So the prerequisites to getting certificates for this course is, having one of the prerequisites is you having no less than 60% of attendance.
Okay,
It's
and
not
the 16
100%.
was okay, okay,
Exactly.
okay,
So
that's good.
you're still very much on track. But welcome back. Welcome back. And yeah, you can check out the recordings on YouTube. Go through the materials also. Make
Yeah,
sure
I'm
you're
going
on
through that
track.
already. Yeah, thank
And
you.
also go through, okay. Feel free to ask questions if anything feels confusing or anything feels, yeah. So just feel free to reach out to us. But just remember, you just need a minimum of 60% of attendance to be able to get your certificate. One of the prerequisites, not all.
Okay, okay, great.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
All right. Thank you very much, Sile. Oh, time is fast spent. Our time is fast. Oh. So, okay. Sile, do you still have something to say, or your hand is still up?
No, I'm going to take that down now.
Okay. Okay. For this, thanks so much, everyone, for your wonderful questions. It has been a very nice chat with you all. Okay. Now for everyone that is a beginner, very new to Python, this is for those that are very new to Python. People that already have learned, you can try to take the back seat for now, but you can try to take the back seat for now. Someone speaking. But let's just go through it together. Okay, rather than me going through, okay, in 1 or 2 minutes, can someone just walk us through what exactly is going on here in this particular cell? Who to go? Everybody comfortable? Let's go. Anybody wants to shoot? Okay.
Is Tanet right?
Of course, please.
Okay. Good evening. I'm from
Oh,
here. It is 7. Yes, coming to 8 p.m. in Uganda.
Oh,
Is my
welcome.
net? Am I clear?
Yeah, you are. You are welcome. So,
Okay. In that cell, I can see variables. There are 4 of them. One is temperature. Another one is name. Another one is trained. The last one is called steps. And each of these is being assigned a value. Temperature is being assigned a value of 36.5. That could be, yeah. Then name is being assigned Amara, which is a string. It is text. The first one is a number, but which is a decimal. Then the next one is
sorry.
train.
What's that decimal code?
It's called float.
Great.
Yeah. Then the third one is trend, being assigned a value of false. Then it's called it's called
okay.
boolean.
Great.
Is a boolean value. Then the last one, steps, being assigned a value of 1,000. I could say maybe it's an integer. That is what I can say for that cell.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. That's very very on point. Thank you very much, Tony. That's actually basically it. So all these stuffs here are variables. They are called variables. So they are just like a bank or a bag where you store stuff. You can store, and these are different data types. There are other data types. There are dictionaries. There's a list which you can also store in your variable. So rather than what's the point of us using variable the point of us using a variable is also easy because um at every point maybe you need temperature. You want to be sure that the temperature is after assigning temperature. I don't want to say, I don't want to sound too technical, but after assigning temperature because this is assignment, this equals to, that means you're saying that temperature equals to. So okay, let me run this cell. So if I type in temperature, so after assigning temperature, if I type in temperature, it's anywhere else, it will just tell me it's historically 6.5. What this does is that let's say I have a big chunk of code and maybe 6.5 is somewhere. And maybe I have temperature all over. What is help me do is it helps me maintain what's it called? Consistency. So if later instead of I want to change the temperature from 36.5 to 36.0, all I have to do is just change it from here. I can just change it to 36.0. And after running it, mind everywhere else that I have written temperature is to reflect as long as it is within the same as long as the assignment is being run above or before. Okay. Okay, what I meant by assignment is being run above before. Okay, let me come back here and say temperature is. If you don't understand, you can call me back. Let me say temperature is 24. Yeah. Okay, and then in another cell, let me say okay, temperature. Okay. So temperature is 24 here. And then temperature is what? If I now run this one, what is it now? It's now 24 instead of 36. Wow, because this is the latest assignment. Does any of this make sense at all? If I'm not making sense, please feel free to call me back. Does it make sense?
yes, it does.
So now this is 36.5. I'm running this now. I've said that temperature is 36.5. If I run this particular cell, even though temperature is 24 here and temperature, if I run this particular cell, what is the answer I'm expecting? What answer am I supposed to get here if I run this cell?
24.
24. 24.
Let me run it. I'm getting this. Please don't be confused. Don't be confused. What I am trying to tell you is that for essentially for clean code, the ideal way is to assign it first and then run it. But if what you run, the last this is the first assignment. I run this 24. That means that the current value of temperature is 24. If I run this, I'm supposed to get 24 because that's the current assignment. That is because I am saving it as the same variable. Do I go into this? But if I run this, I'm not saying okay, even though your name let's say even though your value is 24, but now I am overwriting it as 36.5. So if I run this cell now, what am I supposed to get?
36.5.
And this particular cell now, if I run it again, what am I supposed to get?
36.5. Because they have not run the 24.
Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
So that means that what that is telling you that Python is it goes from it depends on how you run yourself, which means it's the last that it keeps in memory the last assignment. It keeps in memory the last assignment. We'll see. We'll still come to that. But hope we all. I'll still try to make sure that this will come up where we are doing functions, and we'll still see that. So now this is temperature. That is just this is a variable. Temperature is 24. But for in case you are not using Colab or Jupyter Notebook, in case we are using VS Code, the ideal way to like get the value of a variable is that you use the print statement. Just print temperature, print temperature. So this is generally accepted. If you just print, if you just the temperature in Colab or in Jupyter, it will work. But if you are in VS Code, this will not work. This will not work. So if you want to print it out, this is what. I hope that is clear. And also, print temperature is different from this. Who can tell me the difference between this? If I run this code, what am I going to get?
You get a string that says temperature. That is a letter, a word rather.
Why?
Because of the quotation.
Because of the print.
Because of the
I
quotation.
think it's because of the quotation.
Okay. Anybody else has a different answer? What I'm supposed to get if I run this particular cell?
I think, sir, you get the actual value in your terminal at 36.5. I think that's it.
Why?
And because you've run it with you've started it with print, then in the terminal it will give you the actual value 36.5 rather than giving you temperature on the terminal.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What I want you to know is that this temperature here is okay. This temperature here is a variable. This temperature here is a string. Okay, look at this. Let's do okay. Let's do print type. Okay, now let's print type of this. This is telling us that it is float. Let's do type Also check the type. Can you see that? It is telling me that this is a float and it's telling me that this is a string. What makes this difference? This quotation. If whatever I am putting in, if I'm doing inside the print statement, if I'm putting the quotation, I say that give me exactly this, regardless of whatever it is. If I look the same here, if I also say print type, if I say print type 1, what am I supposed to get here? I was supposed to get what?
No, it will give you the type. To tell you if it's an integer or
Yeah,
it's
what
data.
what type? What type?
Integer.
Integer. Great. Let me now do this. Let me now do it's giving me string. What is the difference between the two?
A quotation which states that
The
one is a
quotation.
string and the other one is an integer.
Does that make any sense at all? So this quotation is telling you are telling Python that give me what this is, give it to me exactly. And that is telling you that is a string, regardless of whatever it is. If you are putting a number, in quotation, it becomes a string. And if you are printing, if I also did this, it will give me, even though it's giving me 1, but the type is different. Do you get that? I'm telling you that give me 1 exactly. Even though this is 1, but it is not a it is not a it is not a it's not a string.
Not
So
an
let
integer.
exactly, it's not an integer either. Thank you. So let me now show you, let me show you a difference as well. Print it's a bracket 1 then star 5. Can you see the difference? I am telling you that this particular string, give it to me 5 times. I'm telling me this is I'm telling this one that this integer multiply by 5. I can one figure multiply by 5, you give me 1 time. That's 1 times 5. But this is telling me that give me 1. Give me this string in 5 places. I'm doing this so that you guys don't get it mixed up. Doing string and float and integer. Someone raised his or her hand right now. Is there? Have I answered your question already? Well, is there any? Do we get the difference between integer and string, integer and float, and stuff like that? Do we get that,
Yes.
or do we still have any
Yes.
other question?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay. So this one is called Boolean. It can be either true or false. I've said that okay, instead that this can be true or false. We use it in condition. We use it a lot, especially in conditional statements. So I will send I will drop the link to this notebook. You all can make a copy and work on and play around it. So okay. So I guess I've already explained this and okay. So this is another data type, as I was saying. This is a list. I'm not sure I covered dictionary in that was covered. But this is a list. What this is telling you that you can instead of just storing a variable, you can store. I mean, instead of just storing a figure, you can store a series of figures. This can be figures. You can save it as you can say that names. I can do names equals to Someone give me okay, names of what? Sorry? Okay, yeah. Names of people on the call. We have Dami. Okay, we have Dami. Who else wants to volunteer to give us their name?
Ekene.
Ekene.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry? Okay, Farida.
Read one.
Okay.
Elsie.
Farid.
Into the user setup. What's the essence of
Okay.
the indexing?
Elsie, right? Okay, I guess okay,
Yes.
let's
See that one.
okay. All right. So now,
The one.
Rose, let's run this. Let me now see. Let us names. Let me now print. Let me print names. You see, it gives me the list of everybody. The list of everybody that I studied. Exactly. That means I can. Instead, though, even though here we say you can say that model name is just this. I can just say it as well. But instead, I can save many at once as well. And then if I now want to access the first one, well, if I want to access them, this is how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want to access the first one here, if I want to access them, if I want it to only print them, what am I going to do?
Uh,
Okay.
does each of
What?
the not each of the names should have like a key now. Dami should be 0, Ekene 1. So
Yeah. So each of them are numbered. They are so and Python starts from 0. Dami, Ekene, Farida, Ridwan, and else. So 0 will give me what? What am I expecting if I give 0? Dami,
Dami.
right?
Yeah.
Dami. If I do 2, it will give me the name of the person on 2. But if I want to get the name of the last person, but I don't know who, I don't know the number of people in my list, and I just want it to give me just the last person. I'll just do -1 and to give me Elsie. Where's the last person? So as long -1 7, I don't know because if I want to say I have to count to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I have to like say that 4. If I don't know the number, I can just say it's -1 and it should just fetch me the last number. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So from the back, it starts from -1, -2, -3, like that. Joy, please proceed.
Okay, so I want to ask, what if you don't like, why is your name in form of strings? Like, why does it have an apostrophe on top?
Okay, that's I have to. That is for data validation as well. If I don't, it might not. So that the Python recognizes it. It's one of the rules that we are writing Python. If I don't do this, let's go up error. Okay, and also okay, I didn't remove. Okay, let me remove from that final. That means not defined. And what there is tell you, if I am passing it as a figure, it's as without the position. This I'm telling you that this dummy is what is a variable.
My mic is on.
Do you get it? I'm telling you that dummy is a variable, not a string. Do you get that?
Yes, sir.
Let's do scores. Let's
Not check Augustine University. Let us know their fee.
the print names. Joy,
Yes, sir.
do you see this? So look at
Yes.
it. So it's I wrote scores here because scores is the list. Hmm? So course is now a list inside a list. Instead, so when I said course, I didn't put quotation on it because I'm telling you that this course is a variable. So it gives me all the list here inside all the list inside this course. It gave it to me. Then Ekene, Farida, Redwan, else. Do you get
Yeah.
that?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no problem.
Wait,
Then
I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry, I noticed that you used. Always been confused about this double apostrophe and single apostrophe. Is there any uniqueness to that?
No. Listen, is both of them will work. But okay, a typical example of why I use this double apostrophe is because of see Farida's name here. It requires a single apostrophe. This Farida's name has an apostrophe. Do you get? And for names or maybe for whatever word that also requires apostrophe as well. If I am using let me change everything to a single apostrophe. It will is to avoid error. That's why I just stick to you see how it is changing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand the error, but I'm just asking that is there if can I use a two apostrophe and use a single apostrophe in between for words without causing
Yes,
issue?
that's exactly what I am doing. That's exactly what I did. If you use the single position between words, then and since as long as you are using okay for the other ones now, if I use single quotation, it shouldn't mind, and I can because of the error to avoid the error that will come up because of Farida's thing. I can just do this and it will work. This is very okay. This will not return error. But
If
for
you me fair. If
yes,
you want to show an example that even if you use the single apostrophe like you did before, you can also escape the other apostrophe. So by using like a slash, so it tells it to treat it as a literal string, not as something that Python needs to interpret. So if you use a single apostrophe, now everything should still work.
so this is an escape backslash. So you can use this. It won't return an error. But what to just for the sake of uniformity as well. Personally, I just stick to the double position.
So
Does this
also,
answer your question?
I think to his question, it's all about style, and you can read about like in Python style. So different styling convention choose to use apostrophe for string or like double. You just decide on one styling convention and maybe stick to it. A lot of people use this Google style, and I can put it in chat, style guide.
All right, thank you very much.
But hope that answers your question now.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
So okay. So yeah. Okay. Okay, I think we've already done this as well. So I also try to paste. So now remember we have this course here. We have this okay. So now also there's something called loop. So these are discussed, but I want it to give me for everything inside this core. For everything inside this, I want it to give me one after the other. That is called loop. So that means I want it to iterate, go inside, pick it, then pick it and print it. Then after picking that one, go inside again, pick the next one, go inside again, pick the next one. So yeah, so that's it. So you can see it says 0.9, 0.75. And if you look at it here, you can see 0.9, 0.75, 0.4, 0.86. So the attempt is that go in, pick the first one. After picking that one, go in again, pick the next one. Go in again, pick the next one. Does this make sense? Because this is also something we'll be using eventually, even through this compression. We'll still talk about this compression. I feel we have upside. Oh, this is already past too fast. So for I in range 5, anybody wants to guess what exactly I'm inside? Anybody wants to give it a shot? Okay. Yeah, let's
I think
press it
it prints everything.
So what if you are using range now? You are telling that give me everything before this, all of it. And if you are saying, and I told you Python starts from 0, so it's from 0 to just before 5, which is 4. Then I say if I say for I in range 10, it also give me from what am I expecting from 0 to what?
To 9.
0 to 9.
Exactly. So it's give it from 0 to 9. So that's basically, so for score it accuracy scores as well. And now, mind you, this is something I was also saying. We are saying that for score in scores, mind you, we didn't define score. We only defined scores. Hmm? Even though we only define scores. Remember, this is scores, but there's no way we define score. We are if once we are using a for loop, we are telling this score is now telling us is now referring to each of these individual value in the list. Does that make sense? Once we are using a for loop, that means the score is telling us that each of these individual values here is now a score. So and when I placed my cursor on it, it's telling me that it's 0.86. Why? Because as the last stored value of score is what? 0.86. Does that make sense at all?
Not exactly. Quick question. Does that mean Python recognizes the concept of plural? That is, yes. It understands that score is in scores.
No. Okay, I can use this corner, I can use it as I can say for X, and I'll say print X. It doesn't recognize that it's whatever you use as plural is because it's I say for X in scores, print X. I can do for scores in score, but the only reason why we are doing that is for readability. So that when you are reading the code, you understand what exactly is going on. Do you get that?
Yeah, I get it.
It's just for it to be readable. This same thing happens for I in range 10. In most times you always see for I. There's no it's also for most people use I. But if you are using it says I can say I can I can say number equals to 15. For I in this is so number. I can say for num in range numbers, print num. Okay, I haven't run this yet. Do you see that? So it doesn't, or is what you are the one that's going to define it. But for the sake of readability, that's what Stage was also saying. Go through the style guide, so to know what is universally acceptable, to know what everybody agrees on. So yeah, and the same thing. Also look at this. This is called string format. This stuff is called string format. I don't know if I'm going so far already, but this is called string format. this is saying it will look through it will look through this range of say, right? Let me use number. So it's now, so what I'm telling is that for this string formatting, you see just this f prints exactly this epoch. This epoch here is a string. This training here is a string. But this curly braces, I'm not is now telling me that whatever is in this curly braces is a what? Is a variable. Do you get? So for every time we go through for I equals to let's print it and see what it is. Can you see what is happening here? I just say that
Yes.
when
Yes.
when do we understand this? When I is
Yes.
equals to zero, when I is equals to zero, print put zero here. Just put it in this one. What this F for formatting string? You can read up on formatting string and see what exactly. But formatting string is very very nice. It's very nice in your. It's you will need it. Formatting string is very very cool. So you have variable, and even if you have more than even if you have multiple variables, you can put it here as long as you are putting them in different color braces. Then they will always come out and you format your code properly. Is that okay?
Very okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now let's do this. Score equals this. So this is what we are plotted Boolean now. This is where Boolean shines. So our score is 0.84. This is the truth now. This our score is 0.84. We are assigned our score as 0.84. If our score is greater than or equal to 0.80, what am I saying? That friends was good performance. If our score is greater than or equals to, that means if it is less than 0.8 and it is greater than or equals to 0.8, is that if it is from 0.79 below and from 0.79 to 0.62, Prince moderate performance. Any other thing aside that, which is if it is anything lower, just print that it means the person needs improvement. So since our score falls above 0.80, it will give us good performance. What score can give us needs improvement?
Anything below 0.6.
Yeah, give me a value. Give me a specific value.
0.5.
0.5. Okay. Is that correct? Oh, that is correct. This is improvement. So that's basically what it is. And then this is function. Sorry if I have rushed you through this thing. But this is just a very high level introduction. There's a lot that I cannot cover here. If you need to go to this, you've shown you where to get the resources. So please go out there if you need more resources. And if you don't know where to look for the resources, if you need recommendation or resources, please reach out. Okay, so now we are saying defining a function here. Oh, I'm saying this is saying that if I'm defining a function, this is what I want it to return. Good. Now let's practicalize this. So let's now say square. Mind you, Python, this particular square, Python does not record. It's because I named it square. That's why Python is doing. Also, I doing there's the math library as well. There's the math library that can be import math. But for this one, I have defined a function. So I can just say that square of 10 or square of 9. Let's do square of 9. So give me what? 81. Because that makes sense. I'm telling you that for every figure that I enter, multiply it by itself and give me the output. Is that clear? I can for you to know that Python doesn't really care about this since I define the function. I can say that I can define it as add. 81. This is why you need to stick with naming conventions, and you need to be answer. If I just see define add, typically what I'm saying, okay, add this, probably add this number to source it. Even if I'm adding a number, I won't say I'm just if I'm adding a number, I won't just be adding a single number. I'll be adding a number to another. That means it will need two inputs instead of one. So definition of, if I'm going to define a function for add, that would be like def add into brackets to accept two variables. We can make it accept one variable, but for this context, let's stick to this. Return x star y. Sorry, x plus, sorry, x plus y. Return x plus y. So now, to give you an error because one argument is 9 plus 9 comma 2. Do we get this?
Yes, thank you.
So the still needs to, okay. Okay. I said that it's called if the score is this one I'm saying that I want to be sure if this output is called, if our output is confidence, then I'm setting a threshold at 0.5. Okay, let's start from this. While we are defining this particular function, we set a threshold of 0.8, right? So that means that if the score is greater than if the score is greater than or equals to 0.8, it's pass. Else, tell us that it's failed. So for 0.8 for now, what are we expecting here? For this 0.8 for what value? Will it pass or fail?
It will pass.
For 0.55, will it pass or fail?
Fail.
Please, I think I'm only hearing Ekene's voice. Are we all following? I also hear from others, please. Damilola, Joy, who else is on the call?
Yes, I'm
Are
following.
we following?
Yes, sir.
Elsie, Nemesis,
Yes.
Gota, Taufik. So, hope we are following. Hope it makes sense. If you are not following, please
Yes.
feel free to drag me back a little.
Explain the depth section, please. The function.
Sorry? I didn't get who spoke just now. I didn't get what he said.
Come again with the explanation of the function. Just brief.
Of a function or of this function?
Yes.
Zachary, are you saying this particular one or the definition? Do you understand what we did here?
Yes, I'm talking of this one you are pointing on right now.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't be confused. This model is assess two values. We are saying that okay, score and threshold. Our threshold here, we have assigned it a default value of 0.8. So since it's already as a value, that's why we are only that's why these ones can accept one value and it's just take those value as score because we already set a default value of threshold as 0.8. This one, so but if we want to change the threshold, just like we did here, we can always change the threshold. But if you don't assign a threshold, it falls back on this default threshold. So if you assign a threshold inside, it should just take this threshold. But if you don't assign a threshold, it should just fall back on it. So let's look at the code. You say that if score is greater than or equals to threshold, that means it is a pass. If it is lower than that, it is a fail. Does that make sense, Zachariah? So does that make sense? So that Zachariah, are you there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see, I think he put a thumbs up.
Okay. All right, I can't see that. Okay, so that means if it is greater than this threshold, which is 0.8, give me pass. If it is less than 0.8, if it is greater than or equals to 0.8, that is pass. If it is less than 0.8, return fail. So for this first one, what are we expecting? Is this for this first one now, which is 0.84? Is this a pass or a fail?
A pass.
For 0.55, is it a pass or a fail?
A fail.
Now, looking at this third option, which is now we are changing the threshold to 0.7. Okay, if assuming we didn't change this threshold, ignore this for now. Okay, for this third option, what value are we expecting?
A fail.
A fail. If we now with this threshold now, what are we expecting?
A pass.
Why is it now? What's changed?
Because of the threshold assigned.
Because we changed the threshold. So that means that even though we assigned a threshold here, since we are overwriting the threshold here. This is the same thing I was also talking about earlier about this temperature stuff. Since we are overwriting the threshold here, it is now telling you that the threshold is now what? 0.7 instead of 0.8. Does that make sense?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So that's this book I'll cover for. And then this is also I'm not sure we'll be able to cover non-pi today. Won't be time is fast spent. I've tried to cover what I'll cover. This the plan for this session was to be 1 hour. We're already spending 2.5 hours already. So yeah. Let me just importing library. Let me do a Google search. Why do we import library? Okay, in Python. We import libraries in Python to use primitive code, which saves time, prevents code loss, and provides access to advanced functionality without writing everything from scratch. That is why sometimes you see you always see that we are importing library. I was also telling you earlier about importing math. So you see, your questions are not. There's no stupid question. This is somebody asking this. But I make I understand the purpose of the questions. Let's go to what. Let's see what people said or staff back about. Uh, okay. So okay. By default, Python only has a limited set of functions and classes, which are inbuilt. Inbuilt functions and inbuilt functions. An example of inbuilt function is this print, all this print statement and stuff like that. So, what's the requirement of this of pricing on please? Please stop pricing on the screen, please. So when you import this function, when you import a particular library, that means what all the functions and classes that was saved in that library becomes accessible to you. You're able to use it um in your environment, in your coding environment. And our coding environment here is a Jupyter node. Is this Jupyter node? So look at this now. I say import compile as env. And this env is also to tell you that anytime I need numpy, I don't have to say, I don't have to write the whole numpy. I don't have to write np. I mind you, np is also a general, it is a general the general way of writing a numpy as well. In every code, if you see np, it's supposed to like numpy. So that's why. So because those that say you also write, also import your code, you also write numpy, import it as no. Even though you can, but for readability, so that other people can also access your code, because there are standards, there are general assumptions. So yeah. So you say data equals to np dot site. That means I want these numbers to be an array. So that means then let me print. Let me print. So it's that's our class an array, n-dimensional array. This is n-dimensional array. So and these are the options that are available in array. You can just say data types 2. That means just multiply each of them by 2, and this gives you your output. The mean of it, just average it. I mind these ones now, they are not so, if you want to do it using normal Python, also like zigzag. So it is very, very easier to do with NumPy. It's a very easy stuff. It's a very easy library for mathematical operations. Then yeah. So you can see, you can multiply everything by 100. You can find the mean, you can find the mean, you can find the minimum value, you can find the maximum value. So this is very, very straightforward. Why? Because the reason why we can do this is because we already have this as NumPy array. And then we can also get the shape. This is a 2 by 3 matrix. And that's a bit of visualization. This is what visualized happens. Model accuracy over time. Sorry, this is where we are going to have to start. Well, I hope you learned a thing or two. Yeah, as I said, but no, sole function of number is for easy mathematical operations. Is okay. Regardless, let's do let's count. Oh, can you all still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, let's do what? Why do we now 5? Okay, because it's okay. Also, slow last the basic structure required for efficient site paper processing. Data science. One Python lists are highly flexible. They are not optimized for processing. So this is also 5. Can you see? Faster elements, loops, uses vectorization. Yeah, multi-dimensional support, especially when we are not talking about large language models, which they can have multiple dimensions. So can have hundreds, even thousands of dimensions. So yeah, that's basically true. So I am showing us this without saying things from there so that you can see that you can always browse things out. And you still don't feel, and if you still don't feel, okay, this is a video. Why? What's not fine and why? You can watch that as so why exactly? What exactly is mass closely? What exactly is this library? Why should I know about it? Why should you ask questions? So why it is important and yeah. Does that make any sense at all? I hope you all learned one thing or two in this even though I've breezed through Python, these are the very, very basic fundamentals of Python. Python doesn't end here. This is Python. You need to take it step further, but this is just introducing some of you to Python and for you to pick things up. And if you have further questions, please do reach out. We'll try our best to so great time. And as I said, these office hours they won't be fixed. They'll be based on demand. If you see that you all are having questions, so then we'll fix it. So this is not there's no assurance that this will hold next week Sunday. But if you all have questions, I feel like there's a lot of questions that we can that we need to answer, and there's not enough time during Wednesday sessions and Saturday sessions. Then can fix a an office hour to to explain the process. Is that okay?
Yes.
Does that make any sense also? All right. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much for tuning in. Thanks for banking with us. Thanks for we set this up for people to attend. We are doing this because you all decided to commit to this. If we put out the call for application, even if we say we want to have this Sunday office hour and you all did check it, there's nothing we can do about that. Exactly. So thank you for joining me. Making us feel thank you for making us do that our work uh our work is valid. Yeah, Ekene, can you ask a question on Discord or any? The time is fast, but I don't want us to take longer than this. I want us to end this session. So please, you can tag us or you can tag us. Just ask the question on Discord. I'll try to be. I'll try to. I'll check as well, and possibly others can. Or other participants can also answer. But it might be me. It might be somebody else that will answer. Is that okay? Yeah. Thank you very much. Uh, Thanks for giving us your weekend. Sorry to give us of your side of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. See you all in the week, and don't forget to do your courses for the week. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for the evening.
Thank you so much. I'm blessed. I'm so grateful. God bless you all.
God bless you too.